Hello, this is David Turner, and this game here is Gone Home. I'm doing this commentary after I recorded the video, so we're going to see how this works. I'll try not to talk over any of the dialogue. Hopefully you won't be able to hear it in my headset. It's not that loud. This game came out in 2013 and maybe 2012.
Hi, Mom. So I got my ticket home from Europe. I get back on June 6th, but it's a really late flight because that was the cheapest, so it gets in at midnight. But don't worry, I'll get a shuttle from the airport so you don't have to pick me up. Like, really, seriously, you don't have to. Okay, so, love you. See you soon. Bye.
I'm really fond of this game. It's such a simple little walking simulator, I guess you can call it. There's not much gaming to be done. But it tells like a really cool story in a really interesting way. And it's also kind of nostalgic, as you can see it takes place in 1995. You start out here, you're the oldest sister in this family. Find that out. Your name's Katie. I probably won't jump ahead too much, because then you learn this as the game goes on. As you can see, there's a note for you from your little sister, Samantha, or Sam. You'll understand this message a little more when the game is done. This is the first time playing it on this new monitor, and I never realized how dark this game could be. My old monitor was not this dark, so the brightness is a lot lower on this thing. That's on purpose. But you know what? That's fine. I think it adds something. There's good old Christmas duck. And then you get the key. And you gotta put good old Christmas duck back. That's pretty much the main puzzles in this game. This was kind of spooky the first time I played it, but since this is the third time around, no, actually the fourth time around, it's not so bad. Needs a little electrical work. This came out Fulbright Studios, as you saw earlier in the game. Steve Gaynor is the, I believe, the head of Fulbright Studios. He's the mind behind this game. I follow him on Twitter.
Dear Katie,
Pretty cool guy.
so much has changed, even just since you've been away. We moved into this house. I'm in a new school, and my big sister being gone for a year doesn't make it any easier. It doesn't feel real, but I'm not gonna let it faze me. I used to tell you everything, and if I can't do it in person, because you're off gallivanting around who knows where, I'll tell it to this journal, just like I was talking to you.
You only hear 3 voices in this game, really. Katie, the character you are playing as an answering machine. There are a couple of messages from another character, and then, but most of the voice in this game is from Sam. She's speaking to you through a journal, and how that's possible you find out, well, a little later on. It's pretty cool how it was done. Anyway, my goal is to go in this game and fool around, look at everything, turn on every light. I mean, they put a lot of work into just creating this house from 1995 and just filling it full of stuff that sort of reminds you of your past. Some people, at least it doesn't mind a little bit. I did grow up in a house like this, but in 95 I wasn't in a house anymore, but sparkle hand soap. It's nice that you can put stuff back so stuff isn't like thrown all over the place. You could do that too if you really want to. Yeah, there's some really dark areas. Sometimes it's hard to find the light. Sam, Daniel from the old neighborhood called. He wants to come see the new house. Call him back. Mom, Daniel's a total weirdo.
Sam. Sam. Hello. Sam. Sam, where are you? Really? I need to talk to you. Please be there.
Hi, Mom. So I got my ticket home from Europe. I get back on June 6th, but it's a really late flight because that was the cheapest, so it gets in at midnight. But don't worry, I'll get a shuttle from the airport so you don't have to pick me up. Like, really seriously, you don't have to. Okay, so, love you. See you soon. Bye.
Okay, those were the answer machine messages. Katie, the last one, and then the two before it. You'll find out is a character named Lonnie, and you'll learn more about her as the game goes on. Here's your dorky little suburban family. Sam, Katie, Mom, and Dad. Yeah. That's scary. This is a pretty cool house, I guess. A lot of wood. Jeez. I don't remember where this takes place. I had probably said it earlier in the, when I was looking around and stuff. I think somewhere up north. Maybe Oregon. I know your mother was actually born Canadian in this game. So,
Oh my god. You are so lucky you finished high school before we moved into this house. So, it's the first day of school, and there I am, introducing myself to the class. And I say that I just moved into the house on Arbor Hill. All of a sudden, every kid in the room turns and just stares like I suddenly transformed into a mutant. I just stood there, wishing pretty hard for a rewind button. Because now maybe nobody knows my name, but they all know who I am. The Psycho House girl. Great.
as you can see, as you look around and find certain things in the house, that's how you access her journal entries. And you can, I've noticed you can, in previous playthroughs, you can find them out of order. That's a little annoying. I almost wish it was better gated, but I understand you don't want to limit the player too much. It's a balance, and I think it was well done. That would be your uncle, I believe. Your father's uncle. Your father's uncle. Is there a great uncle, maybe? That's an old clipping. You'll find out more about him later. See, this family is full of secrets. Everybody's got a secret. Anyway, that would be Lonnie DeSoto. Is her last name. She's the one that was talking on the phone. I'm spoiling things because you actually don't know that yet. I'll try not to do that. Dark and foreboding hallway.
Affecting the following counties.
This is kind of where the game started to get a little spooky.
Dawn County, Tacoma
With
County,
this
and
repeating
Wistaria County. Residents are strongly urged to stay indoors.
weather
Secure
warning
all windows
and
doors.
the thunder
Flood
and the storm
conditions are
outside.
expected at lower elevations.
I was always wondering, did my family like just take off and forget to tell me? I mean, I wasn't telling when I was coming back, but so, I don't know. My character, I mean. Anyway, and here's all the VHS tapes that are kind of cool. X-Files, 2001, Dark Crystal.
This is a severe weather.
Nice little touches.
The Northwest Weather Service reports high winds and torrential rain conditions affecting the following counties: Austin
Your little sister's a bit of a
Boone County, Dawn
troublemaker, I
County,
guess.
You know that feeling where the first moment you see someone, it's like they have a big gold star around them, and you have to get to know them? Well, there's this girl. I think she's a senior. She's usually dressed kind of punk, but sometimes I see her in this, like, army uniform, and she's always drawing in this notebook, looking so intense. I had no idea how I would ever, like, have an excuse to talk to her. Till I noticed she and her friends hang out and play Street Fighter at the 7-Eleven every day after school.
Street Fighter.
Boone County, Dawn County, Tacoma County, and Wistaria County. Residents
See, in
are strongly urged to stay
1995.
indoors.
No,
and
94.
secure all
Okay,
windows
these
and doors.
journal entries are from
Flood
94.
conditions are expected at lower elevations.
So I was. How old was I? 24? No. 22. I think I had Street Fighter on Super Nintendo by then.
This is a severe weather warning. The Northwest Weather Service reports high winds and torrential rain conditions affecting the
I
following
wanted to see
counties:
if I could break the
Austin
mug.
County, Boone
And
County,
apparently it's
Dawn
indestructible.
County, Tacoma County, and Wistaria County. Residents are strongly
I love
urged
all
to
those
stay
shows.
indoors and secure all windows and doors.
That's some good
Flood
TV.
conditions are expected at lower elevations.
Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, alright. Trying to get that coaster. No reason. It's nothing special.
This is a
More
severe
videotapes.
weather warning. The
Oh.
Northwest Weather Service reports
Another cool
high
thing about
winds
this
and
game.
torrential rain
A lot of
conditions
cool punk
affecting
music.
The following counties: Austin County, Boone County, Dawn County, Tacoma County, and Wistaria.
I remember keeping so many videotapes around this time period. Like every episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation. They seem to want every episode of X-Files. Oh, yeah. This is regarding your father's story, I guess. Everybody's got a story. Your mom has a story, your father has a story, Sam has a story. Sam's story is the main one, but as you go through, you learn these other stories as well. They're interesting. Coming back home after a long vacation. I don't know how long Sam or Katie, your character, was gone. I'm thinking a few months because she was on a trip to Europe. You come back and you find out that, wow, family full of strangers. Maybe it's not that bad. Okay.
This is a
Apparently your father is,
Northwest Weather Service.
he's a writer, and he used to write novels, and he wrote a couple of, I don't know how popular they were, but they were published. And
Wistaria County.
as we see later in the game, I'm spoiling more
All
again,
windows.
and I just feel like
Flood
talking.
conditions are expected at lower
He
elevations.
eventually will get this right. Find out he's going through a bit of writer's block. So a friend helped him out by having him do these. Another thing we find out about Samantha here, she's very
This is a
creative.
severe weather warning. The Northwest
Much more
Weather
creative
Service
than
reports high winds and torrential rain conditions affecting
Captain
the following
Allegra
counties:
off of the ocean.
Austin
Went on
County,
forever,
Boone
so it
County,
seemed.
Dawn County,
Better not read
Tacoma
this.
County, and Wistaria County. Residents are strongly urged to stay indoors and secure all windows and doors.
I'm not sure how much I'll
Expected
read
at lower elevations.
as the game goes on. I might as well just go through this fully, no matter how long it takes. So, I mean, that's the whole point, right? I'm guessing she wrote this pretty young. I didn't see what grade that was on the beginning page. I'll have to go back and look.
This is a
Imbecile.
severe weather warning. The Northwest Weather Service reports high winds and torrential rain conditions affecting the following
Anyway,
counties:
you'll find out how
Austin
Captain
County,
Allegra in
Boone
this
County,
story
Dawn County,
changes
Tacoma County, and
is
Wistaria
from her
County.
various creative
Residents
works
are
as you
strongly
find throughout
urged
the
to
house.
stay
It's
indoors,
interesting.
secure all
Kind of.
windows and doors. Flood conditions are expected at lower elevations.
Excuse me. Grade 2. Nothing much more here.
This is a severe weather warning. The Northwest
Oh,
Weather
yeah.
Service rain conditions affecting the following counties:
There was a weird part in this game where I picked up a letter, like a crumpled up letter, and I looked at it, and all of a sudden this spider crawled on the screen. I'm like, that looks cool. Does it look like it fit right in the game? I don't know why. I don't remember seeing that before. And then the spider was just sitting there. And I'm like, is that really here? So I tapped the screen. Yep, that was a real spider crawling on my screen. That freaked me out a bit. As you can see, his novels, or his obsession. I remember reading this the first time, I thought my father was like going insane or something, like... No, he's not going insane, he's going through a bit of writer's block and probably drinking too much. As you can see, each page gets more and more misspellings, typos, and just all around silliness. Alcohol might help with writing a little bit, but too much alcohol, you could have some serious problems. Enough of that. It's full of booze. Oh, three ring binders and highlighting markers are all over this house. They're useless. I mean, there's no reason for them to exist. I don't know, I just never seen so many highlighting markers and three ring binders that have nothing in them. So what did the family like raid like a closing down office supply store? Okay. This would be, well, that's not one of his books. That's just another book he was reading. Harcourt Fenton Books. Nice pun. Top Jordan, the combination, which you don't have right now. You would get it later in the game, although, I'll be honest with you, it probably doesn't change game to game. So I could probably look it up. Or if I can remember what it was before, I don't. But it doesn't matter. It'd only be important if I was doing some kind of speed run, which I'm not. Yeah, there's just like showing that the electrical systems is a little glitchy. That's why the foyer lights were flickering. There's also a few other weird things that might pop up later. Hider. Irish whiskey. Just hide the bottle up here. Maybe hiding it from his wife. So now I can't see anything. Jeez. Okay, this area of the house is mainly my father's study. I think. I have a feeling Sam left that one. At least I hope that's not Dad's. That wallpaper was hideous, by the way. What's an old house without? This is one of your dad's books. The second book. He seemed to have an obsession with Kennedy. And some time traveling super spy thing. Oh, you can find Dad's smut. Gosh, Dad. I didn't see it. Put it all back. No. Shut the cabinet. No, I wasn't looking at your porn, Dad. I swear. One of these are useless books, probably. I don't think there's much else in here. I thought there was a secret panel, but I'll find it later once I'm pointed to it. You could probably open it beforehand if you knew exactly where it was. I don't know if it's in this room or in another room. Yeah, forget it. Let's get out of here. Eventually. Reading this note is where the spider crawled across the screen. I don't remember what this note even said. This has to do with Sam's issues with this house. See, apparently this house was left to the family by your father's uncle, who was the crazy uncle. And it has a bit of an urban legend in this town, and Sam had they've been making fun of her because of it in high school. Katie's all grown up, so she was out of school by the time they moved into this house, just not that long ago, so I think Katie was away at college as well. I don't know. Katie seems to have been gone longer than just a couple months. Then again, one could argue, sometimes it seems like Katie's like the perfect little daughter. And as you see, as you walk around the house, you can see she almost did very little wrong. And I kind of wonder if maybe she was ever really there. I don't know, maybe that's a little harsh. I don't mean to say she was a bad daughter or anything, but she was a little too perfect. Anyway. Well, reproductive system worksheet. More proof of Sam's creativity. You'll find this worksheet later, but it would be Katie's, and it's such a stark difference, and it's really cool. Sam here basically tells, you can pause it if you wish and read this, she just tells a quick weird story, but you know what, it does fulfill the assignment, as far as I know. but apparently creative thinking doesn't work for that school. That is the most generic looking textbook I've ever seen. Always looking trash cans. I'm guessing this is your dad's music. Oh, that's right, this is the bar.
Somehow I always knew that someday we'd see through. Now that it's happened,
A little bit of
I
a
just
rejection
can't
letter
believe it's true.
after the second book didn't
I've
sell
done
too
the
well.
best I could to keep from feeling blue. Can't get you off my mind. What am I gonna do?
Voodoo, mildew, and shandu.
Why, Daddy, I didn't know you were here.
I'm right here looking at you, honey. If it ain't me, it's my shadow.
Do you think I sent you far away
I ain't been nowhere.
from me? I thought you'd stay
Dan
away
likes his drink.
from me.
Trying to
I
cut.
kind of wonder if
You
maybe
got me now. You left
that
your
can
voodoo
cause
all
his writer's
around.
I
block.
left my trunk in town.
I got a need for you. Thought I killed the craze.
See, I can't find a light here at all.
I dust my heart a grave for you. Your kisses keep on haunting me.
I was thinking about turning up the brightness on my monitor just temporarily, but I found the
I
string.
wish you had a weed for me.
Oh, tell me why. Why must I think about you?
This is a note I seldom ever found
Can I live
in the first game. First time I played this, maybe in the second time.
When you live in one place your whole life, your next door neighbor is kind of like your default friend. And Daniel only got weirder over the years. So moving away has been a good excuse to, not see him anymore. But he did always have the good Nintendo games. Maybe I'll give him a call.
Another journal entry. Awful wallpaper. Deep Baker. Or Deep I actually kind of know who that is now. Examine that already. The plot thickens. Go to 2. That's all the clipped coupons, and of course more highlighters. Empty drawers of highlighters. And, I mean, okay, they just moved in this house, so it's not that lived in yet. Here's a little note from Lonnie. This would be the first time I think they sort of sent notes to each other.
So you know what they say about the best laid plans of mice and men? Yeah, turns out it applies to Street Fighter too. At least I worked up the courage to walk into the 7-Eleven and ask for a turn, but all that practice at home did not exactly translate in the wild. So after I was finished getting my butt kicked, I followed them outside while they smoked. And that was when she asked me if I was that psycho house girl. But then she said she's always really wanted to see the psycho house. Her name is Lonnie. She's coming over tomorrow.
Can't seem to get this note. There we go. No, just please don't tell Mom and Dad. The attic. That sounds ominous. Well, have to wait to get to there. So it's a little gated. You know, let's go certain places first. I've been here. Once all the lights are on, so I've been there. That's another good reason to leave all the lights on. Anyway, that's it for this playthrough. I believe. I think I've been here. Oh no, I'm pretty close to the end here. We'll be doing another one soon. Crappy board game. I'm gonna find out a little more about Sam and Lonnie. Explore more of the house, including starting with upstairs. And yeah. Look at these weird ass doors. Ah, doors don't do that. There's a reason they put it in that way. I just don't remember what. I think they kind of had to. Oh, and here's your trophies, Caitlin Greenbrier. First place. First place. I got all the trophies. I got all the A's. I'm the perfect little daughter. Maybe I sent that as a souvenir. Okay, so that's it. Until next time.